Well, here we are. We are in the... I'm kind of blown out here, but... Alright. I'm going to show you where we are so you can see. Like, this is where we are. We're right here. So you can see... That's pretty cool. Buses. Now, if you just look over there, that's Buckingham Palace, and then Big Ben is just right over there. So, now here we are. Okay, so you are interested in Japan, and in the UK and stuff, and why, and what's different and what's the same about Japan and the UK. And it's the last day in the UK, and so what have I learned about being here? This is the first time I've ever been to the UK. And so what I'm going to try to do here, and it's been a week, I don't know, we're just going to see what's different and what's similar about living in this island country versus living in that island country. So, one thing that we did while we were here was ride the tube, the underground as they call it, which is the subway system in the United Kingdom. And the United Kingdom had the subway system, has had one for about 100 years, and the oldest one is called the Metropolitan. And I think what I rode was the Jubilee, which is the... Anyway, so it's named after the Queen, or her Jubilee. In Tokyo, the subway system there is really, really big, actually. And not just the network. I'm talking about the actual size of the trains and the tunnels. So that while the trains in the United Kingdom are actually... They're so small, you almost like hit your head. Like the doors close and they're kind of, I don't know, angled. So it's like you're almost going to get your head chopped off. But then in Japan, they're straight, very wide, kind of, there's a wide center aisle. Versus here is kind of just a single row, and you have to wait for the guys on the other side to pass before you can go through. Which I was not expecting. I thought it would just, everything would be bigger here, it would be a lot more roomy, but it's actually, it's kind of claustrophobic almost, to the point where I don't know how people would be able to ride on that if they were claustrophobic. And everything can go, like, there were dogs on the train, which was kind of odd. I didn't expect to see that. And there were also, non-related to the train, were people that were singing and playing guitar in the underground. So that was one difference. Alright, the next thing that I noticed from being here was actually that, in my opinion, London is not the UK. Now there are a lot of other reasons why. There are a lot of reasons why I felt this way, but I just felt like it was London, UK. You know, like and that's probably like most other big cities. So the culture here is kind of different. The people here are kind of different. The languages here are kind of different. So it just felt like a different country almost, and that's when compared to Tokyo. Tokyo, I've always felt, is like a different country when compared to the rest of Japan. People that just come to Tokyo, they have no idea what the rest of Japan is like. I don't think they've only seen half of Japan. That's maybe putting it a little bit better. Like, they've seen a different Japan, they've seen half of Japan, whatever. Like, they've only seen Tokyo, and I really, really mean that. So I feel like coming to London and spending most of my time in London was actually not doing the UK justice, and I could probably say that I've only seen half of it. Half of the culture, half of what makes the United Kingdom the United Kingdom. The next bit of information that I picked up while I was here was that people living in this country cannot hold a gun. They cannot own a gun. That's really similar to people in Japan who also cannot own a gun. Well, the military can own a gun. Civilians cannot have guns unless they get a specific permit to maybe hunt a wild boar or something like that in town, but they're not going to be able to own a gun. Just like in the United States, you can't just walk up And that, I guess, is similar in the UK. So I didn't know that. I thought that people here could also own guns, but that's not the case. So that is another similarity. What about the people in the United Kingdom? In my mind, coming into any kind of West, like, I kind of just pictured Americans. Like, Americans are not shy. Most are not shy. But I kind of felt like overall, people here in the United Kingdom are kind of shy. Like, maybe not foreigners who come here, maybe not immigrants, like first-generation immigrants who come here, but people that have lived here for a while, I think are kind of shy on the whole. Now, one of the things that made me think that was just when I was walking down the park. Like, I hardly heard any English, but I just heard a bunch of, like, I heard French, Italian, Portuguese, I heard Spanish, I heard Chinese, Korean, Russian. I heard a lot of different languages, but I just hardly heard English, and that made me think that maybe the English are just kind of quiet and reserved, or they just hate where all those tourists are. When I compare that to Japan, I also think, well, Japanese people are, by and large, pretty reserved. Now, of course, you get the occasional, like, outgoing individual, and that doesn't matter. Like, you go any country, but I felt like overall, people here are actually pretty reserved and pretty shy and introverted, and many Japanese are also the same way. They're scared to reach out and talk and have a conversation until maybe they get alcohol in them, and then it's a completely different story. That's another similarity. A river that flows through London, as many people know and as I had heard of before but never seen, is the Thames. Now, the Thames is a big, dirty, yucky river, but that maybe is just down here in London. Once you get kind of further away towards the source, it's actually a really nice river, and it's small and crossable, and it flows really fast, and it's pretty beautiful, actually. And I don't think I was able to find a river quite like that in Tokyo. Now, there's a really big river called Tamagawa that flows just outside on the very edge of Tokyo and Kanagawa. There's a lot of kind of unnaturalness to it, whereas the Thames just felt like it created a shape, and then humans came and kind of built up around that. There's a lot more greenery, a lot more nature. The Thames is actually kind of nice. Taxis are kind of funky shaped in the United Kingdom. Like, they look kind of like a cartoon. Like, it's like kind of weird. Like, why do they still use these weird shaped cars, and this look like they're kind of inefficient, and I don't know, they're just kind of cartoony. They're pretty easy to spot. They're all black. And I hear that the ones that are black are really expensive. Now, the taxis in Japan are all kinds of colors. It looks like they're from the 80s. They're kind of boxy. But there are black cabs. And the black cabs are the most expensive ones. So that's similar to the ones here in the UK. So I guess it's kind of a similar, different kind of point, because the black ones are also really expensive, but the shapes are really different. Languages. Like, there's all kinds of languages being spoken in the city, and the least of them, I think, may be English. It's crazy. Like, every single person walking down the street speaks a different language in this city. And in Tokyo, 99% Japanese. And finally, I have one more, but this one's a difference. This is a big difference. It's just the amount of cute. There's very little cute in this country. Whereas in Japan, as I'm sure anyone who's connected to the internet would know, Japan is just covered in cute stuff. It's just covered in cute stuff, and everything is cute. And construction sites are cute, and airplane tickets are cute, and lounges are cute, and bikes are cute, and cops are cute, and power plants are cute, and waste treatment centers are cute. Like, it's just cute. There's always a cute thing to it. Like, they're specifically designed to be non-offensive, non-intrusive, and how would you put it? Not offensive, Japan specifically designs very mundane things in cute ways. But here they don't. Like here, nothing is what I would call cute. There's kind of a refined, sort of sophisticated, there's a lot of history, fashionable, everything's well built, but I wouldn't call things cute. Like, I don't think there is anything that's cute in the United Kingdom. Like, nothing. Like, everything's functional, and it looks nice, and almost, like, kind of looks expensive, and, yeah, sophisticated, whatever, but zero cute. BB. That's it, folks.